Hello and a very warm welcome to Breaking the Silence. This is an advocacy program that seeks to address issues of violence, abuse, and everything that does not promote human development. Today we want to look at maternal health. We all know that maternal health refers to period of pregnancy, childbirth, and thereafter. This period can be very exciting, an exciting experience for women, but it can also come with suffering, ill health, and sometimes death. So for today, we want to look at whether or not there are issues of domestic violence when women and girls are going through this moment. Remember, this program is proudly brought to you by Specs for Life Foundation in collaboration with Obapa Development Foundation. We record at the Aknak Hotel here in Accra, East Legon, Adjoin, Ghana. When we come back, I will introduce my guest to you. Remember, we also have Clement Sam with the sound language. Don't go away. Welcome back. Today I have very able and competent members of my panel. To my extreme right is Dr. Patience Kofi. She's a chief of party for maternal, newborn child health and nutrition. She's also a research coordinator at the Paths in Global Health. In fact, Dr. Pat Kofi led the development of postpartum hemorrhage in the Ghana Health Service. The development of the gender mainstreaming in health policy in the Ghana Health Service was also led by her. Help me welcome Dr. Pat Kofi. Next to her is Dr. Margaret Etoahene, who is a maternal child health and international development expert from Ohio and Columbia Universities. She's also a lecturer at City University of New York and the University of Ghana, Legon. And we have our own Barima Akwesi Amankwa, who is the national coordinator of the Ghana National Coalition on the Rights of a Child. And I'm your host, Mercy Catherine Ejabin. If you just joined us, this is Breaking the Silence, an advocacy program aimed at addressing abuse, violence, and anything that fights our development. We were talking about the volume of work that women and girls do when they are pregnant, because it's a delicate situation. Dr. Etoahene, you want to look at that for us?
Yes. Indeed, physical activity, mild physical activity is encouraged during pregnancy, but it shouldn't be so much so that somehow it affects her in a negative way. So activities such as pounding fufu, doing things that will make her tire easily should be discouraged. As stated earlier, any stressful situation, because pounding the fufu alone can be stressful. Any stressful situation does affect the fetus, its development, and how well we expect the baby to come out, what we call positive pregnancy outcome. So as much as we need to encourage them to have mild physical activity, because that also helps, especially the pelvic area, which she's going to use during labor and delivery. So it helps to do some, but not excessive enough that it becomes unbearable.
If a pregnant person is not, if no one takes care about her and beats her and something, then she's vulnerable anyway because she's pregnant, and then if they don't take her to the hospital, yeah, she will probably die.
If a woman is pregnant and the husband abuses her, of course she can, maybe the baby can, come out forcefully, and that one can also lead to maternal mortality.
Breaking the silence.
My name is Papa Ray, and I just want to ask a question. In the discussions so far, I just want to find out wherein lies this perception that when your wife is pregnant, pack her bag and baggage, email her whatever it is to her mother's place until the baby arrives. If all that we are discussing here is something that we need, where would the male figure be to assist, to help, to encourage, and all that? That's question one. Question two, why is it that some men are accusing their wives of not being strong enough? Because Yamansan also got pregnant, was able to work all the 9 months. In fact, the day she delivered, she went to work. And you alone, you are making the whole world come to your doorstep just because of pregnancy. Those are the questions I have.
Hello, my name is Aisha. Please, I want to ask a question. What should a pregnant woman do and what she shouldn't do if she's pregnant? Thank you.
Breaking the silence.
Thank you very much. We're back. And if you just joined us, we're looking at issues of domestic violence during a woman's period of pregnancy. So, my able panel members, we've had questions, and most of the questions have been directed to specific individuals. So, Dr. Kofi, do you want to take the issue of when a woman is pregnant, she's sent away to her mother until she delivers, but we are learning that we need the husband or the male partner's support. What do you think has accounted for this in our community or in our society?
Thank you. I think this is an inherent tradition. And as our male panelist said, it is something that has to be, abolished. Because for me, during the pregnancy, the woman needs the husband. It is an emotional period.
Exactly.
And the man is the only one at the time that can help that woman get through those emotions. It is not just the psychological part, but you also have other things that the man can do to support the woman. In any case, everything was done by the two of you. Why is it that at a stage you decide that the woman should go somewhere else and do to the mother for delivery? And for most of the time, they are going to villages where they won't get all the range of services that when they are in the city or the town they will get. So it's all become, for me, it's a big issue that we are dealing with now. And maybe we have started talking about it, and I hope in the near future we'll be able to deal with. But for now, what I will say is that we need to educate people to understand that it is important for the woman to be with the man throughout the period, through the pregnancy and the delivery, so that the man will give the necessary support as is needed. Sometimes when they go to the villages, as it happens, they have other problems. Even access to the facility for delivery becomes a problem. Continuing the care for ANC, sometimes they get to some places and it's a remote area, and the access to even continuity of the services that she was getting before she went there comes to an end. And when they are moving, they will also not inform the health facilities for them to even refer them to the next care level, so that when they get there, the person there can connect and take care of them and continue the care. The education must start from the home, the facility, and everywhere. We are saying that every opportunity that they get, especially when they come to the clinics and they come with the mothers and other relatives, we should be talking about these important messages rather than playing the Kukumbaja and the Nigeria films at the facility. What we are saying is we should take every opportunity. In the church, we should be talking about some of these things. At the community level, we should be doing it. And therefore, it is not something that the health sector alone can do. We all have to be involved, and in particular, our community leaders and religious leaders, because they have much influence on the people more than anybody else. And if they take these issues up and discuss with them, for them to understand it is important for your mother, it is good for your mother to be there, or your grandmother to be there to assist. The grandmother, if you want her to assist, she can come and live with you if it is possible. Okay. But without him, you can make it.
Okay, okay. Very much. We want you to. Somebody asked about the women having maternity leave, but I know that there are some organizations. For example, I worked in one organization that would grant paternity leave, but it isn't very popular. So, your take on that?
Thank you very much. I think it's a very important question, and it also comes from a man, which also makes it very significant, because it's time we look at policy development to see how best we are going to change our laws. It's a policy issue, and it's a law issue, because we are talking about the Labor Act to give preference to women and men also whose wife have delivered, for them to take some time. I think also it's the interest from the men to take their annual leaves during the period that their wives have delivered, and also go and be with them for some time. I have taken it before, and I saw the need to that short time to be with my wife or partner, to give her that support. And I was really, really happy to see the processes that she's going through. So it's an important element that men should all be ready to support the process. Let's fight for it. Let's push for it, because the unborn child, or the child who is born, is unto all of us. And if all of us are going to give the needed support, then the child is going to survive. We should see our participation as a survivor of the child. And if you see it that way, all of us will push for it to become.
I think mine is on policy.
Yes, and institutions.
We had mentioned earlier that extended maternity leave will help. I think currently we are saying it's not enough. So maybe they need to extend the maternity leave. And when it comes to breastfeeding, the society can also be sensitized not to look down on a woman who is giving breast milk in public. And the corporations and workplaces can also provide rooms where they can lactate and breastfeeding. Exactly. Now we have the breastfeeding friendly environment, whereby they have rooms where you can go and feel relaxed, because we know relaxation and the absence of tension or stress would help with the production of the breast milk and the let down reflex to bring the milk out. We will not go into breastfeeding benefits. There's plenty. The baby doesn't get sick. A lot of immunoglobulins for the infant to grow. No cold. They sleep better. No constipation. Compared with the formula, the bottle feeding. So we need to encourage breastfeeding. Pregnancy, we are saying reduce workload when a woman is pregnant, and assure her of security in terms of job when she returns after the maternity leave. Okay. I think this should be all I have for the policy.
So viewers, this has been another exciting and educative episode of Breaking the Silence. Today we looked at maternal health and whether there is domestic violence or factors from domestic violence that affect the women's health as far as maternal health is concerned. And I had Dr. Patience Kofi, Dr. Itoahene, and our own Barima Akwesi Amankwa with us. Remember, this program is brought to you by Specs for Life Foundation in collaboration with Obapa Development Foundation.
The words you say hurt me so much. I shimmy, so I shimmy move that much. And chana nipa huwa flow nipa. I know they bother too much, but men so me want feelings be. And see we am a dear, I'm a telling me move. So me best me de wo huwa before be me move. Treat me like your brother, eh.